welcome to a new episode of Showing Up Solo. These days, it's not enough to be a small business owner. You also have to be an online marketing expert, an accountant, a website designer, a content creator, and the list goes on. You know how important marketing is, but if you're spending all your time selling your services, how will you have any time left to actually provide them? That's where Showing Up Solo comes in. Showing Up Solo is a video podcast giving you the ins and outs of online marketing from solopreneurs just like you. Tune in every other Wednesday for easy-to-implement advice, guest experts, and plenty of food analogies. Thanks for tuning in, and now, on to the main episode.
Hi everybody, welcome to yet another episode of Showing Up Solo.
That's right. Yeah. In today's episode, we are exploring the world of YouTube.
Ooh. I don't know about you, Nicole, but before using it as a tool for marketing my business, it was really just a way to keep my kids quiet.
Yeah. Well, my kids are obsessed with watching a certain pop singer on YouTube, so that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah. I have gotten into following various YouTubers, as I've said before, which is really were found as a way to like entertain my kids, and I just found them so entertaining.
Yeah.
I got like hooked. I think not everybody sees it, but you can, it's a whole like media outlet of its own, right? Like there's series and that you can follow stories along, and it's essentially public access television.
Yeah. I've watched documentaries on it that people have shared, and like legally, not just like pirated documentaries on YouTube.
There's a lot of original content.
Yeah.
I know there was even a really cute, very nerdy mini-series on YouTube that was just very like short episodes, like 5 minutes long or something.
Yeah.
But with like actors that have been in way bigger things since then.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So I think where we should start is possibly like what YouTube is, essentially, and why anyone should consider starting a YouTube account.
Absolutely. And so here's an interesting thing. YouTube, although there are social elements and community elements, at its core, it's a library. It's a search engine where like it's a big, huge bank of information.
Yeah. So I don't know about anyone else, but for me, you know, when you go into Google and you're in your search bar and you're searching like, how do I unplug this sink?
Yeah.
YouTube always comes up with like the first like however many videos that they want you to watch.
Yeah.
And I love it because I have actually looked for that exact video of how to unplug my sink.
Yeah. Because what are you going to do? You're going to read an article or a blog, or are you going to watch someone do it and show you?
Yeah.
Right?
You can pause, you can keep watching. There's like comments in the section where people might offer more tips.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, one of my favorite one of the YouTubers that I followed for a long time is Becca Halpern from Inside the Square, and I found her literally Googling, how do I add a countdown timer to my Squarespace website?
Yeah.
And boom, she had a video that matched that perfectly and told me exactly what I needed to know, and it was just like, yep, perfect.
So that's a really interesting point that you just said, that you searched a specific thing and that video was made for you. And that was because Becca had identified a problem that someone needed a solution to. Yeah. She used specific keywords that people would be looking for.
Yeah.
And so when you needed a solution to that problem, her video was like popped up, and that's how you found her.
Exactly. And that's a really key part. So YouTube itself is a search engine, but also it's owned by Google.
Yeah.
And so if you type into something Google, your YouTube content's gonna show up on Google too.
Yeah.
So you hear everyone saying, oh, boost your SEO, boost your SEO. Basically, it means what is it going to take to make your content come up higher up in the list when someone searches in Google? And the way to do that is to answer your client's specific questions in multiple places. So you want your YouTube videos to come up. You want your blog to come up. You want your website to come up, but you also maybe want your LinkedIn and your Instagram.
Yeah.
And so having content on YouTube increases that. It's like video content as well. You can explain a concept, a complex concept, in such a short amount of time when it's spoken.
Yeah.
Or with visual cues to work with.
Well, and that actually makes me think about YouTube has now added YouTube Shorts.
Yes.
Which, if you have like a episode like us that we share, you essentially can take little clippings of your show and share it onto Shorts. And Shorts are what, 15 seconds?
Yeah.
So you have to be concise in those little clips that you share, but they're perfect little nuggets of information that people want.
Exactly. And of course, YouTube Shorts are YouTube's answer to TikTok, just like Reels are Instagram's answer to TikTok.
Yeah.
And the nice thing is, if you're already producing content for one of those platforms, you can reuse that content on those other platforms.
Yeah.
I'd like to just I think we could talk a lot about Shorts, and I think we will, but I'd like to just get back into what you brought up about how to name your YouTube episodes. Because I do think that is something really important. Yeah.
Yeah. So one tool that we like to use is Answer the Public.
Yes.
And you literally put in a keyword in there and you can see what what people are searching for. So what kind of questions do they usually have about?
Yeah. So
say it's
you're a yoga instructor, right?
Yeah.
So you just type in yoga into Answer the Public and you'll see all the questions that people are typing into search engines like YouTube and Google. So like, what is yoga? Who should take yoga? Is yoga good for this? Is yoga good for that?
Where do I go for yoga? Like they essentially look at the who, what, where, when, all the questions you might have around yoga and the location. You can look like geographically close to you in the world, in different countries. So
yeah,
it's pretty cool that way.
And you can, when you find the questions that people are asking, answer that question.
Yeah.
So take one of those questions and put it in there. And remember the words that your clients use, because that's what Becca did really well with her video.
Yeah.
Is she didn't name it the custom code you need to insert a automatic countdown clock onto your website. No, she wrote, how do I add a countdown timer to my Squarespace website?
Yeah.
Because that's the question that someone like me would be searching.
It's really interesting that you just said that, because a lot of times, and us, we're just as bad for it. Everybody gets so used to the words that you use.
Yes.
That you forget that other people don't use those terms all the time. And so that's why it's really important to us, like, identify, like, this is a lead magnet, and this is how we describe it. So when you're trying to put in your keywords, simplify it so that people are searching, like, this is what, if I could get into the brain of my ideal client, what is the question they're asking?
Yeah, because like we just said in the previous episode, engagement. A lot of our clients don't know what we mean by engagement. It's not part of their day-to-day vocabulary.
Yeah.
So we'll want to have a title that's, how to connect with your clients on social media, or how to reach more clients on social media.
Yeah.
I mean, in the context of our video, we want to explain what engagement is. Like, what is engagement and why is it important?
Yeah.
Because that is something you search in, like, what is engagement?
Well, you might hear that word and be like, what is engagement? And so our video would pop up because that's what it's about, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so you have to get into the headspace of your ideal client and use that. We've talked before about long form content and why we feel video should be a part of your long form content plan. But all long form content, be it podcasts, videos, or blog, the whole goal is to help you appear higher in search results when someone is generally Googling, but using any search engine.
Yeah, exactly. And so we really encourage creating a YouTube account because not only, like you said, it's a search engine, but it's also another place to house all your videos together so that people are not like scanning or combing everywhere else.
Yes.
They're like all put in one nice little
exactly.
little building.
Because I think about Instagram, for example, with their video content. They just not recently, but they combined videos with reels. Now everything is a reel. But now it's all mashed in. So whether it's like you happen to have done a post with a GIF, or it's a 60-second reel, or it's a 20-minute video, they're all in one place.
Yeah.
It's a little difficult to navigate unless you've signposted it clearly with cover graphics.
Yeah.
Whereas on YouTube, you've got the channel, you can curate playlists. You can say, oh, if you liked this, you'll want to watch this.
Yeah.
And so that when someone lands on your channel, they can go down the rabbit hole that they want to go down.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you just said that because it is very intuitive. Like once you've watched a video, they will like share a number of similar ones to you, which is nice because then you have then you can be gaining new information from different sources as well, and you find out like which accounts you like.
Yeah.
So,
and you can put calls to actions on the end frame of your video, where like, oh, watch this video, or like this video, or go over here, and which you'll see YouTubers doing.
Make sure you subscribe now.
Hit that subscribe button. Get your notifications. But you can build quite a loyal following when people are anticipating episodes coming out. Like I tune in to my favorite YouTubers. I know when their episode's going to come out, and I look for it on that day at that time. Like, it's part of my habit. Just like you used to once upon a time before we had on-demand television and everything was streaming. Yeah. You used to be like, oh, my show's on at 6. I got to be in front of the TV at 6 so I can watch it. Yeah. Yeah. So, there's a lot of benefits to using YouTube for video
content.
Exactly. And video content is inescapable now. Mm-hmm. All the platforms want it. All the platforms are promoting it. Video content is the way online marketing is going. Whether you like it or not.
Well, and you might even start to notice, so a lot of video content marketing, like the ads, are now being presented to you like they're not ads.
Yes.
Like they're real videos.
Yes. No, you'll see these ads that are almost, like you can get like 15 to 20 minute ones that are just like, hey, I'm just here and I'm unboxing this new box of Tide Pods. Yeah. And, it's like, no one unboxes Tide Pods.
Yeah.
But they're trying to look like regular content now.
Yeah.
So even like where people would have these huge ad budgets for TV commercials, those aren't happening now. On YouTube, they're trying to sneak it in as to look like user-generated content. I saw one where they had Jennifer Aniston on a webcam.
I saw that one too,
Yeah, and it's like, Jennifer Aniston's going to have a freaking Zoom call for a commercial.
Yeah.
Like, no, you're trying to make it look like it is, but no webcam gives you that kind of lighting.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, you'll also notice, like, I've noticed the videos of someone who's like, I just create this really cool cake with me, and you're going through this journey of them creating this cake, and then by the end of it, you're like, that was the worst 15 minutes of my life that I just sacrificed. But these videos keep popping up, and you keep getting, like, suckered into watching them. I can't even say how many times I've been like, oh yeah, this is going to be a good one. Yeah. They changed. It's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was like, they identified that like if they hit a need or a curiosity in someone, people will continue watching. And there's certain kind of language that they use. So it's...
Yeah. So long and short of it is we want video content.
Yeah.
Whether we want to produce it or not is another question, but we want it. As users, we want video content. And it should be something that you integrate into your marketing plan.
Yeah.
And if you're creating video content for other platforms like Instagram, which again, you will need to, it has like to stay competitive on Instagram, you need to be producing some form of video content. If you're already making it for Instagram, it's only a few extra steps to pop it onto YouTube and schedule it. And the benefit of it being on YouTube is it's way, like, it's easier to search and it's a better user experience in terms of digesting video content.
Yeah. So it goes through like a process of like really asking, you have to fill out a number of questions of like, what kind of video is it appropriate for children, which is nice. Then you can schedule where it's going to be. You can categorize it.
You put custom thumbnails.
Yeah. So like in terms of searchability, it is a lot easier. Personally, I think, than other video platforms.
Yeah, well, because you also have descriptions where you can put, and you can put links in there, and you can put a lot of keywords in there. So there's lots of opportunities. It's designed to make search engine optimization easy.
Yeah.
Like it walks you through all the steps you need to do to optimize it.
So when Hannah was saying that, you know, the age that we're at now of like we're moving towards video content, you don't have to create a video that's like, you know, an hour, half hour, 15 minutes. Make a 5-minute video. But you can keep adding those 5-minute videos into your YouTube channel. And I bet you those are even that much easier to digest for your ideal client, that people will be more interested. So it's really like figuring out what your ideal client wants.
Exactly.
And how you can align the kind of content you want to create for them.
Yeah, like you don't have to do 20-minute episodes like we do. Maybe you just decide you want to put a little hello message in each of your email newsletters.
Yeah.
So you do a quick little 5-minute video. Put it on YouTube too.
Yeah.
I mean, for some programs, you actually have to house it on YouTube to get it into your email newsletter.
Yeah.
For example, with Flowdesk, the video needs to be on your YouTube account. It doesn't have to be public or anything. It can be private, but it has to be on there so that it can go into the emails.
Yeah.
Again, if you're doing that, just put it on the channel.
Yeah.
You know, make it accessible.
Well, it also builds a lot of brand awareness of like who you are. People want to connect with you. And while Instagram is really great for showing a window to your life, YouTube has like the episode channels, the playlist, everything. So it's just like another opportunity for building a connection.
Exactly. And I think it's a great way to answer a lot of questions that people need answered before they're ready to work with you in a way that doesn't require a lot of effort on behalf of the user. They can just put it on and listen to it. They don't even need to watch it.
Yeah.
You can just listen to it, like versus having to scroll and see a post and then click to see more and then read to the end.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it sounds like so much work. I mean, it's really not, but you know, it's a different user experience that's a little bit more passive, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say, and this experience is more intimate for someone. You know, they hear the tone of your voice, the way your face moves, your expression, how my hands are moving, you know, like.
Yeah. Like with the YouTubers that I follow, I feel like I know them really well. I know their husbands' names, you know, and it's like you get to know people really well and their little quirks.
Yeah.
And yeah, you feel like you know them, like you're almost like best friends with them on this like really personal level.
Yeah.
It goes a long way for building a connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we touched a little bit on shorts.
Yes. We have a great strategy for shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah. The 15-second tip.
So what we try to do is pick some kind of term that we want to help our viewers understand or learn and be as concise as possible. And you really have to within 15 seconds. Like you better figure out how to say it simple enough, but concise, right?
Yeah. If it takes more than 15 seconds to explain, it needs to be 2 separate videos.
Yeah.
And we like to do that. We try to have, try to explain a lot of the jargon, get that out of the way.
Yeah.
In these little 15-second, easy to digest pieces that we then use on YouTube Shorts. We use it on Instagram. We are working on our TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm using it. So it's a really nice like little taster session of what we have to offer in our longer form content.
Yeah, well, and it's like you said before, if we're sharing it amongst all these other platforms, why not be in YouTube as well?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We really wanted to talk more about YouTube because it is like one of our main platforms that we really encourage.
And we never set out to be YouTubers.
No, isn't that funny?
Yeah, that's not what our initial intention was. Our intention was to create video content to satisfy the Instagram algorithm. And then we decided, if we're making the videos, may as well put them on YouTube. And then, if we're making videos, may as well scrape the audio, make a podcast.
Yeah.
And so it's just funny how those things happen. That's not what we set out to do, but it does make sense. And like, make that content go further. Like, if you're already doing the work, get as much as you can, squeeze as much as you can out of that piece of work.
Yeah, make the content work for you, not the other way around.
Exactly. You don't have to create fresh content for every platform.
Yeah.
You can put it in different places. It makes it easier for you and more likely that you'll be found.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So thank you again for joining us in our episode. We can't wait for you to come back for our next one.
Yeah, we'll see you next episode. And of course, as always, if you have any questions about getting started with YouTube or any marketing questions in general, please let us know in the comments.
Yes. Bye.
Thanks for listening. If you're a fan of the Showing Up Solo podcast, you can show your support by liking, commenting, sharing, or leaving a review. Want to spend less time on your marketing and make better content? Head to showingupsolo.com to grab your free copy of our Full Circle Content Guide, the same time-saving method we use for creating our own content. Need more help getting your marketing in order? Learn how to build a marketing plan while working smarter, not harder. Our Setup for Success package gives you everything you need to create a marketing plan that is low maintenance, high impact, and perfect for generating consistent leads. Head to showingupsolo.com for more info. See you next episode.